All right, so this is our last lesson on Outcome 5 in Math 21. We're going to talk about two more angle pairs, and they are the same side angles. So we have two different types of same side angles. We have same side interior and same side exterior, and they're exactly how they read. So same side interior means they're both angles on the interior, but on the same side of that transversal. Same side exterior are again two exterior angles, but on the same side of the transversal. The only difference here is all the angle pairs that we've talked about so far, they're always equal if the lines are parallel. When we have same side angles, they're always supplementary. And the word supplementary means that the two of them are going to add to be 180. If the two angles that are same side don't add to be 180, then your lines are not parallel. So now we're going to do a few examples that are a mixture of all of the angle pairs that we've learned. So question 1, it's telling us that angle B is going to be 80. So each question is a little different. This one's telling us that B is 80. We need to find F. So B and F are on the same position. One interior, one exterior. So they are corresponding. I know that corresponding angles are equal. Therefore, F has to equal what B is, which is 80. And that's our first example. Our next example, E. It's telling us that E is going to be 70. So E is 70. What is H? We're trying to find H. Now E and H are across from each other, so they are called vertically opposite. Vertically opposite or equal. Therefore, angle H has to equal whatever E is, which is 70. Next question, it tells me that D is going to be 100. We need to find F. So D and F are both interior angles, and they're on the same side. So these would be called same side interior. Now remember what we just learned. Same side mean they always add to be 180. That tells me that D plus F have to equal 180. Now I know that D is 100. Therefore, if I want to find F, I subtract 100 to the other side. So angle F is 80. Our next example, A is 120, that's an exterior angle. We have to find G, which is also an exterior angle, and they're on the same side of this transversal. So it's the same side exterior now. But again, anything that's same side means they add to be 180. So A plus G needs to equal 180 degrees. And we already know that A is 120. So now if I subtract 120 from 180, I get angle G is going to be 60 degrees. All right. Our last two examples are going to be slightly more complicated, but same information that we've been working with the whole time. Next, determine all of the indicated angles. So we've got to find W, X, Y, and Z. When you're doing these, it does not matter which one you do first. So I personally am going to find X first. Now 114 and X, They are both interior angles on opposite sides. So they are interior, or interior. And those are equal. So x has to be the same as 114 degrees. Now, if it helps, you can put the angle in. Now I'm going to find y. Now I look at y. Y and 114 are same side interior, which means they add to be 180. So 114 plus my y should equal 180. Now if I subtract 114 off of both sides, y is going to be 66 degrees. Now I'm going to work through w. Now if I look at w and x, those two are same side interior. So w and x are same side interior. That means that the 114 plus w has to equal 180. And we just did this math on the other side. This is not the only way to find them all. This is one way. The last one, z. I need something that works with z. If I circle z, z can be vertically opposite of y, so z. Z is vertically opposite y. Which means they're equal, which means that z has to equal what y is, which is 66. Again, there's always more than one way to find these answers. However, you should get the same answers that were here, even if you did them a different way. All right, last example. Before we get to it, this might be helpful. Something else that you could know is a straight angle. So if you have two angles on the same line like that, they're also going to be supplementary, which means to be adding to 180. So that can help you if you get stuck. All right, here's our last one. We got to find all of the missing angles. So we got to find A, B, C, D, E, and F. Now again, it doesn't matter where you start. I'm going to start with D. D is vertically opposite of 62. They're across from each other. That means that D has to be 62 degrees. The next one I'm going to do is F. F corresponds to 62 because they are in the same position. That means that those angles are the same. F is also 62 degrees. The only other angle left on that side is B. B is vertically opposite of F because they're right across from each other. That means that they're equal. So if F is 62, B is 62. Now on the other side, I know 130. So the one that I might do first is A. I know that 130 and A correspond, so A is 130 degrees. Now I see A and E are across from each other. That means that E has to be 130 as well because they're vertically opposite. Now all I have left to do is C. A and C are same side exterior. So remember, same side exterior means that they add to be 180. So that means that A, which is 130, plus C should equal 180. And again, if I subtract the 130 off, I get C being 50 degrees. Again, there are more than one way to get to all of those answers. However, whichever way you go about it, you should get the same answer that I do. So that's the end of lesson 4. You should be working on practice 4, questions 1 to 5. When you're done the 4 practices, there is a hand-in assignment, and then there is also an assessment to work on.